Well, again, viewers, we want to just welcome you to Axe Television Network as we get set to bring you the final Group 1 match of the three-day tournament here at Atwater Stadium. W Connection, the hometown team. And it's over to you, Aaron.
So Houghton Hector play a solid role in the midfield in the last game. He's in control there. Here's Williams. Of course, W Connection, they're familiar all green as Club Sportif Mullion, and their black and red kits. So in the last game, George, that's head coach Stuart Charles Favier for W Connection. He was actually up, standing up, some 15 minutes into the game. Usually he waits until the second half, so
And he's seated,
he's seated to
so
start
maybe
this
he's
one.
confident,
But this could be costly as Jamal Charles is trying to come onto this one. The goalkeeper who's wouldn't have taken any chances there, booting it upfield. Player to look at for this Inter Moengo Tapoe team. Castiel at number 20, the small scrappy player up front for them. He's really been active, finding himself in the right place at the right time. Was a difference maker against Club Sportif Mullion in the first game. W Connection need to be mindful that they don't allow anything early here. This is an early opportunity. Building. Oh, good defensive work there. That's looked as if it was Houghton Hector in the back there. Yes, it was. Doing a good job on Castiel, but Connection have allowed two early goals in their previous games. First game they allowed two in the first half. Last game against Club Sportif Mullion, it was just the one goal, the only one in the, I believe it was the 3rd minute. And that was all she wrote. This is a short corner, quickly taken. This one's going to be sent inside. It'll be over bar, too strong there. That was Romano Steckel on that occasion. Tristan Hodges look really solid in defense for W Connection this tournament. Upfield now, looking for his captain in Dimitri Apai. Scored in each of the first 2 games for Connection. Himself and Jamal Williams for those accolades, as well as Jamal Charles. Players up front getting the work done for Connection. A player whose impact has really been seen, especially when the team has been striking from north to south, or is from right to left of your television screen, is the number 2 Kurt Frederick for W Connection, crossing in. I think he has about 3 assists already. Looking off field here for Hodge. Castiel will be trying to get to this one and body their comfort zone. It's very early on, but not allowing them to settle at all is Inter Moengo Tapoe. This pass inside here, trying to get it to Jamal Charles, actually falling in the direction of Tusia. Back to Charles. Player down in the field there for Inter Moengo Tapoe. And what's unfortunate for Inter Moengo Tapoe, Stefan Rissel, a former W Connection player, has been suspended for this game as a result of receiving, I believe it was his 2nd yellow card in the last one. Trying to cut inside here is Wall, Giovanni Wall. Finding their ways to advance in the W Connection half is Inter Moengo Tapoe. You see exactly how much that loss of Stefano Rissel is going to cost them in this one. Really didn't look the Rissel that we saw in W Connection colors in the past couple of seasons. He's a player who would have been familiar with virtually all of these players here, and probably the only player he didn't play with was the man on the ball now, Hector. Maybe Tristan Hodge as well. It's Jamal Williams trying to push upfield here with Suse. Back with Williams. Not being able to control there is Williams. It's a whistle on the play, and it's going to be a free kick in favor of Inter. Interesting to see very early on Sharon Gomez and Sharon Winchester off the bench. Maybe just trying to stay loose. Don't think head coach saw Charles Ferrier be looking to make a substitution so early in the game. Oh, this could be dangerous. This could be very dangerous. Oh, this is, and good defensive work there. A call for a handle ball in the area on Daniel Cyrus, but not happening as the referee says it's going to be a throw. Hodge almost a costly error there, but Houghton Hector, the man, once again coming back and doing the job. It's Castile, double connection on the defensive here now. This is a nice little short pass. Oh, this could be, oh, not finding his intended receiver there, but good bit of football on display so far from Moengo Tapoe.
Well, you run a very interesting opening here in this game because Inter really seems to be taking the game to the connection. And a while back, they came very close into creating something. So
It's Tristan Hodge. So maybe just not allowing double connection as Settlers. Frederick is trying to get past his defender here. And this is a nice little ball inside. Oh, Charles, back of the net. Speaking of not letting him settle, they don't need to settle the score. And Jamal Charles for the third straight game, finding the back of the net, but it was very nicely done, using the left foot on that occasion. And again, that man, Frederick, with the assist, has been very effective, very, very effective for double connection. Frederick crossing from the left side, especially when they're going from right to left of your screen. So for the first time in this tournament, double connection start the scoring. In the two previous games, they've had to come from behind, albeit it didn't take very long for them to do it. Houghton Hector may not take very long for them to score again here. Hector not being able to get forward there, but being infringed from behind by Romano Steckel. And you know this is Alvin Jones's type of distance. Alvin Jones. Alvin Jones and Houghton Hector is standing there. And Houghton is walking away now. Let's see if Jones is going for power or a bit of accuracy. Actually going into the wall again there. Houghton Hector looking to get it across field here. It's actually Hodge upfield. Hodge now with Frederick. This is a nice thought there by Frederick, but lacking the power. And I think if Inter did their homework, and which I'd like to believe so, because two previous occasions, two previous games that were played, Inter played the first game of a doubleheader and were able to watch double connection play the second, they would know exactly how dangerous Frederick is on that cross. As I said, I think he had 4 assists previous to this game. And that was another there. So that's 5 for the tournament already from just crossing the ball from that angle. So it's a method in which double connection relies very heavily on to get their attack going. And if Inter wants to probably stagnate double connection attack, They need to really pay keen attention to that man in number 2, Kurt Frederick. While you're so focused on goal scorers on the inside, it's the man on the outside
But if
who's
you look at Frederick, Frederick seems to have a lot of space
indeed.
in to play his game. Again,
Usually Neil Benjamin Jr. is playing the right side and he's picking up a lot of those assists, but in his absence, I must say, Kurt Frederick playing on the left side has made a great impact. Pushing upfield here, getting past. Oh, this is going to be. Oh! Off the
well,
very fingertips of Jelani Archibald's outstretched left hand.
and the shot didn't have that amount of power, Aaron.
This corner. Someone crossed out now. Yes, tackle met by Andre Toussaint. George have been critical of the teams in this tournament. Not so much direct connection, but especially Atlantico and Club Sportif Muliem with their free kick and corner taking. And I say Inter as well. Teams really aren't showing that.
Creativity in taking their free kicks.
I think they want too much creativity. They're trying everything else but the basic fundamentals of just trying to get a good cross in. With a free kick, trying to get a good shot on goal, or if it's even if it's a pass. Just want to be headed back to the goalkeeper there as Charles not being able to get to that one. Charles will probably be thinking, got 2 in the first game, 1 in the second. The only thing left for him to do now is get a hat-trick here today. Started off pretty nicely.
Well, I think definitely a good find for double connection. As we continue to say double connection, a team. Well, I need to find out if Charles is a homegrown player or if he's an imported player.
I think so. Winning tackle there by Dimitri Apai is Toussaint. He has options and space to work with. Oh, what a find, and this is going to be, oh, very good save. Jamal Williams, I thought he would have tried to get past the goalkeeper and put it into the back of the net, but he went to take his shot. And that was a very, very good save there.
Well, I just found out that Charles is from St. Kitts.
Oh, actually, something gets?
Yeah.
Well, it goes to show the recruitment process as well. Two of the players up front for connection, Jamal Charles and Dimitri Apai, non-locals. Shadow Winchester is up off the bench again. I don't think he'll be replacing Charles, as this is a foul there on Andre Toussaint. One sent inside and be head on to the back goalkeeper Archibald. For Tristan Hudge. Here's a pie. Gonna move upfield here now. Oh, this is a nice little find, yeah, but it's an offside. But
We have a correction. Jamal Charles is from Grenada. Kurt Frederick is from St. Lucia. And Dimitri Apa is from Suriname. So those are the three foreign-based players on the connection team.
and all three players have had a major role to play in Connection's success in this tournament. So it goes to show that in the CFU tournament, foreign-based players who aren't really, who may at times be playing against their teams from their own country, as Inter is a team from Suriname and Dimitri Apai.
I'm looking at the number 4 for Inter. Is he playing
In the defense or the attack?
No, is he playing
In the gloves?
number 4?
Yes.
Yes, but I'm looking at, is he playing abroad? Because I'm seeing
Gloves.
gloves on his hands. So I want to know if he feels the only coolness he feels is with his hands.
I think he's going to be goalkeeping, so he's just warming up his hands until the second half. It's not very often you see a player playing in tropical conditions with gloves on. And Shannon Winchester be coming onto the field. So you'll see who he'll be replacing, George. I haven't seen anyone really look that bad to have to come off the field already, but maybe it's an injury. There's Castilla trying to get in the area here and being brought down from behind. It's going to be actually held on to there by
it has to be
Jelani
because
Archibald.
it has to be Aaron because to me, I mean, everybody in the connection team seems to be in sync.
Just 23 minutes going in the first half so far, so a very early substitution here. And looks like Jamal Charles, who's a grimace as he's walking off the field. Sorry, that's Jamal Williams. Will be coming out. And Shannon Winchester will be replacing him.
He's walking very gingerly, so it seems that it has to be an injury. TT Pro League for having so many overseas players on their team.
I wonder if the other coaches would criticize the connection for exporting so many players overseas now. Because there's no club in Trinidad that has as many players playing outside of the country as W Connection is. You see Houghton Hector, this cross coming in from Frederick once more.
Again.
Oh, just coming past the upright. That's a dangerous
and again, the cross
there.
coming from Kurt Frederick.
Yes, indeed.
You call the goal that Apai scored from cross by Frederick.
Actually, it was off the chest.
Yeah.
And I think it was 2 goals assisted by Frederick, because in the first game when it came off his lap, or his thigh area, this ball inside, headed on and headed. Held on there as Winchester didn't get the power off the cross there.
Well, I think Winchester would have loved to score that goal there, maybe to tell the coach, well, okay, you should start me next time.
And W Connection playing so well at times that you actually forget that Frederick is a defensive wing. He plays the left back position, but he spends so much time off field as helping Tuse here by clearing this one out. As I was saying, George Houghton Hector and Daniel Cyrus returning for W Connection among.
Well, the team definitely very much strengthened with the return of those 2 players. A lot of international experience.
Shannon Winchester also. Oh, this
good,
one is over.
Good shot.
That one pinged nicely there as Jelani was at the near post to meet with that one. So it's a corner coming in, headed away there by Cyrus. Shannon Winchester also spending some time out of the country. This one is sent in the air and be headed up. Maybe have been a better option. I headed back to the goalkeepers. This could be dangerous. Should have been headed back to Jelani at first. So cross coming in, broken up there by Houghton Hector. It's Winchester. Not the very best of passes there to Andre Toussaint.
Now that the players from the Sportive FC, they are seated as close to us here, and you can see it's a pretty young team
Yeah,
here.
yes, you can see the youth indeed. Just a couple players probably looking in their late 20s, maybe early 30s. So this is a shot coming in way over bar, but many of the players here looking in their early 20s or even younger. Oh, poor pass there from Williams. If he saw the running Jones, that would have been a nice little pass there, but trying to lay it off short to Dimitri Apai. Here's Apai. He has Jones and Charles both in offside positions. Good job of waiting on them to find themselves onside, but that pass there, not the best, looking for Charles. Here's Hector. Kind of feel here for Winchester. Winchester trying to get it to go in with Charles there, but may have been better controlling and moving forward with the football. This is what, George? Frederick's third season with Connection, or from your remembrance?
Yes, I think so.
I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen him play any better football than he's played in this tournament, as this almost falling into the lap of a pie there. We spoke of how many of the W Connection players are playing outside of Trinidad and Tobago, but how about how many of them are playing within the Pro League, the Super League in Trinidad and Tobago, who
So many of these players have who have come through the ranks of the academy at W Connection, play with them for 1 or 2 seasons, and then have gone on to be permanent starters on other Pro League teams. We also had one player went on to coach Point Forest Civic Center. That's Carrington.
player who was down and injured is now up. It's the number 10, Vita.
That's a great ball there.
Oh,
And it's an
opportunity now. Charles a bit indecisive there. This is a Shadow Winchester fighting for position in the area and call for the foul.
But a great opportunity for Connection to extend their lead.
And those are the opportunities that you would say other teams need to take advantage of against Connection, because they are so few and far between. But Connection team would be hopeful that they can make amends for letting an opportunity like that pass without at least getting a shot in the direction of the goal. Cross coming in, going to be cleared there by Jamal Williams. Hector, a rare occasion where Connections passing upfield in the air like that. Steckel working with Castiel. Really hasn't had.
He's not been given the room to play the type of game that we saw him when he scored that hat trick. It's a different team he's playing against here.
So on a way over bar.
The shot selections from Inter, they're not getting it right as yet. They are advancing into the 18-yard box of the double connection goal, but still that final shot, not getting over the ball.
Yeah, it's always a scrimmage almost on the inside when the double connection defenders are clamping down on the attacking players for Inter, and they really haven't been able to find the light on the inside. If you look at the formation for connection, it's almost like they're playing a 4-2-2, a 4-2-4 formation, but the player who starts at left back in Kurt Frederick is actually upfield and playing a left wing position. Trying to move upfield with that pass there and in handle ball. So
still connection needs to be a bit, and it's a card for Hector. But what connection needs to pay attention to Inter because it's only one goal. They're only one goal up, but the Inter team, they are trying. I think what is happening with them is the final shot is letting them down, but they are making inroads into the defense of double connection.
I hope that's a shot on goal and it's actually into
Again,
the wall.
what we were talking about earlier, no planning in the free kicks, straight into the wall.
This is a cross coming in and a bit too strong there. And yeah, George, I think he was probably trying to go possibly under the wall when they jumped there, but you need to keep it on the ground when you're doing that. Players wouldn't jump that high that if it's in the air at all, it will be able to go under the wall. And this is the trouble with teams. Like, if you're having problems to score, you have to take advantage. Do your best to take advantage of opportunities like a free kick, even a corner. You're almost getting a free cross on the inside. Do your best to make the most of it, because you're not getting it in a free play on the field. Trying to cut inside here. It's a strong tackle there from Dimitri Apai, sending it back to goalkeeper Archibald. What we haven't seen much from W Connection though, George, is that ball movement and that type of possession that they are usually accustomed to. So in that way, Inter has been able to break their rhythm somewhat, but even in doing that, they still haven't been able to advance. They still haven't been able to trouble Johnny Archibald in goal. And we better hope that W Connection doesn't have the type of second half they had, at least Inter.
In all their games thus far, because they had a superior second half in all the games, and most of the goals came in the second half.
6 goals in the second half in the first 2 games. 2 in the first one where they won 4-2 and 4 in the second which they won 5-1. Can't get past Frederick that easily. Inter team with just 1 second half goal in their 2 games thus far. This could be costly as Jamal Charles trying to get there in time, and he does. Hugh and Hector with some distance. This could be too strong and
maybe
just wide.
Direction was the issue there for Hector. And on the stroke of halftime, W Connection could have easily gone 2 goals up. Your thoughts on the first 45 minutes?
Well, George, the first 45 that we see W Connection score, but not get their style of football, their rhythm going as they would have liked. And Inter, though they've been able to break up W Connection's advancements, they haven't been able to do to advance themselves in the W Connection half. But we'll see what the second half has to offer for us.
Well, we will return with the action in the second half. We're going to take a break and we'll be right back after this after this short break. So remember, this is CFU Club Championships right here at the Golden Stadium. And all the action is on Axe Television Network. Welcome back to the Golden Stadium as we get set for the second half in this, the final match in the first round of the CFU Club Championships, and that's the sound of the whistle here on second half. We have seen in previous games with Double Connection, they stepped up their performance in the second half and scored quite a lot of goals. Are you seeing the same here, or think it's going to happen?
Here's Wall trying to move upfield and get past good Frederick, but he's knocking it simply back to Tristan Hodge there. That one was out of touch, so lapse there from Kurt Frederick. But George spoke of how Frederick's impact is so much more when he's on the near side to us as when when he's.
I want to pay special attention because we have noticed that in the other games. So let's see if it's a pattern of his play. But Inter definitely started off a bit quicker here in the second half.
The big connection will be needing to get their defense right if they intend to stop Inter from scoring in this one. Inter, if they hope to score, they'd have to get their attack together as well, because they really haven't been able to make a positive advance into the connection goal. They've been getting the ball in the area, but not in a troublesome manner to the goal. Hector not being able to control it, and Steckel now with Williams. Steckel moving forward here. Limon losing that one and is back with the connection. A bit strong. No, it's not. Oh, not being able to control their shot on Winchester. Maybe if he had the opportunity, to use his left foot. Here's Dimitri Apai working with Andre Toussaint. Wide it to Jones. Jones trying to get it around the defender there, but not happening. And George, I think, though it's just 52 or so minutes gone in this one, I think W Connection have played two better games than this one so far in the tournament, as this is a pass looking for Dimitri Apai. The keeper is coming on, and Apai not being able to get it around him. Good defensive work there, or good goalkeeping there, actually.
Yeah, it's a bit early, but looking at this game in comparison with the two other games, they did play a better brand of football, and we were also judging from the first half of this game. But Connection as a team can turn on the pressure at any given time. So, maybe next couple of minutes we should see, a couple of goals being banged in.
Have to be seen as Hector trying to get it going here with Apai. Now to Jones. Jones on the cross immediately, but a very poor cross then. That's what I'm talking about. Jones in the previous games, that was a crisp pass on the inside, finding, or at least causing some trouble across the face of the goal. But so far in this one, Jones hasn't had that type of impact we've seen from him.
That is certainly not the player that we have depended on so much to take those powerful free kicks.
Shot on Winchester. We spoke how he's a feisty player.
Very physical.
Yes, a very physical player, though not very big in structure. Oh, this could be an opportunity held on to there by Archibald.
You see, that's what I'm saying. They are making inroads into the defense of the double connection defense, but that final shot.
I think they should be happy at least they got a shot off there as Winchester will try to be getting one off here himself, and he does, but not before he slips and is out of touch for a goal kick from Hosewood himself. And that's when you know connection is clicking and they're in control, swinging the ball from either side of the field. But, oh, that could have been a good pass if Tuse would have made it as Charles was making a smart run. Tuse has probably been trying to be a little bit cautious not to get the offside as it stands. Dimitri Opai infringed right on the edge of the box on a yellow card. Frederick, you know, too strong.
I don't think Frederick would feel too comfortable in taking that free kick. We know he is much better than that. Maybe not judging the distance.
All right, so let's see what Frederick does here now, George. He's actually going short to Tuse. Normally, you see him run down the line, get past the defender. Hector now looking wide to Jones. Good football from connection. It's not quite there as yet, so get a reset in the back, get it back to the defenders. Cyrus, on that occasion, not a very best pass upfield.
No, I think what is happening here, Aaron, is that Inter has somewhat tightened their game and the marking is a bit tighter, and the connection finding life a bit difficult.
Cyrus slipping on that attempted clearances. Not giving chase for a tall player. He uses his length as advantages. Oh, this could be good. As an offside flag is raised there.
A good play, nevertheless. But that's what I'm saying. I'm looking at Inter. I think they're doing a good job of marking and cutting off the play of double connection. That flair and that game that double connection like to play, and they're not given the opportunity. And I think that they need to score another to be a bit certain and not just depend on that one goal advantage, because Inter can score, because I mean it's a game of football and anyone can score.
Winchester not taking the right angle. Oh, and eventually getting there on a foul on the play, but again, a very good kick save. If there wasn't a foul there, a very good kick save. We saw him save one from Jamal Williams earlier. About 3 good kick saves from goalkeeper Hosewood, as the 2 defenders are currently lacing their boots. And Charles trying to take a shot here and held on too. Yeah, actually, it's not that he's not warming up. It looks to be a change of the mind. And Pablo de la Guardia will be coming onto the field shortly.
Well, with a name like that, one has to assume that he is another of the foreigners on the connection team.
Not sure where he's from, as this one is in the direction of Apai. Apai trying to get it going with Charles. Apai taking a shot from an acute angle and going across the face of the goal. He was a bit confused. He wasn't sure it was him coming off the field. Steckel. Number 80 will be coming off the field, and in as his replacement, the number 11, Kareem Kwasi.
Taking the field for Inter Moengo Tapoe, number 11, Kareem Kwasi. He replaces number 80, Romano Steckel.
Tuse. Here's Apai weighing his options. Will he go to Charles? He's actually going back now to Hector. Charles. So now center field. No offside on the play. Substitute Kwasi here already with a man on him trying to get past Cyrus, and Cyrus not having it, using his length to his advantage on that occasion and winning this one back. His length and experience. Winchester. It's Toussaint on top. Even off for Hector. Hector with a shot coming in and be held on to there by the goalkeeper. So connection now, George, starting to get those shots in.
Yeah, definitely we've seen some more shots coming in from the connection. Maybe hopefully one can go in. I think Inter is playing a little dangerously, not trying to get the ball out quicker. They are playing around with the ball a lot in their defense.
This one taken away here by a pie. Dimitri moving forward now with Sharon Winchester. Winchester trying to move forward with some speed there, but good defensive work, reading it to perfection.
Winchester have not done much in the second half, Aaron.
No, I don't think he's done much of anything since coming onto the field, but he's a player who can turn things around for W Connection. He's done so in the past. And again, George, I think this is one of the few occasions we've seen Connection with so many overweighted passes.
Yeah.
One has to wonder if it could be something to do with the surface. The surface is a bit thick.
No, I don't think that this surface is ideal for football. And the substitute is now going to be made. Is it?
It's actually Charles, the goal scorer, coming
yeah.
off. Thought it may have been
Taking the field for
Dimitri
WNXFC
Apai.
is number 26, Paulo de la Guardia. Replaces number 20, Jamal Charles.
I think it's the first time we'll be seeing this player, Aaron.
And he's slotting into the middle field, so I'm not sure. Houghton Hector is now telling Shadow Winchester that he's going in the middle. I think Charles has earned himself some further playing time in games to come, and see if Houghton Hector is going to go in a central attacking position. Out of touch here for a goal kick. Maguire. See now, W Connection moving it around. Let's see if they can advance now as they'd like, as De La Guardia working with an offside Kurt Frederick here. Upfield. It's Wall. He has Frederick on him. Whistle on the play, so another free kick now, George. Let's see how they approach this one.
Let's see if there's any going to be any planning. But another thing I'm looking at too is that the Inter players, I don't think they have the speed of the W Connection guys, and I don't think that long ball up front is paying any major part in them because they are being caught, you know, they're not being given the space or the room. Because most of the time, Kurt Fletcher is going to outrun them.
Even Cyrus as well.
Exactly.
Fourth official is signaling that there's a substitution to be made. Castiel will be coming off of the field, and coming on is the number 2, the pink boots, and Duelo Amafurli.
Okay, we remember him with his pink boots.
He's actually not wearing the pink boots tonight. It's an orange.
In the Moengo Tapoe is number 2, Anduel Amoferi.
Looks like Baja is lining up to take this free kick here.
20,
But it's not. Shot
Castillo.
coming in. Oh, that was a nicely pinged shot, but off the back there.
It's a good thing it came off the back of Cyrus because from when it left the boot of the player, it seemed heading straight towards the goal.
Here's Amufuli with his first touch. With his first touch be an assist. Sent inside. Trying to clear that one is Winchester, missing it completely, but on the clearance this time. Just under 15 minutes remaining in this one. W Connection 1. Inter Moengo Tapoe 0.
It doesn't matter how you score the goal or how you win the game as long as you get the 3 points.
Indeed.
But I don't think the Connection will be satisfied with. They'll be satisfied with the win, but I don't think they'll be satisfied with the performance.
As this one is headed straight to Jelani Archibald. Yeah, I think the one thing is if they are able to hold on to this game, they'd say you're allowed to have a bad game. No team is perfect. You're allowed to have a bad game every now and again, but once it comes in a victory, you'll be happy to take that. And so looking upfield here for Baja, and that's a handle ball.
Well,
inadvertently.
If they score here, then we have a game on our hand. Well, we are hearing a slight tone from David John Williams. Cannot afford to make much noise. Remember, he was in position of president of the Trinidad Football Federation, association actually. So
Captain Jimmy Patrick standing over this one is going to be saved. Jelani Archibald with a big save there. Poise. And the goalkeeper, Hosewood, for Inter, very upset with that one, but it's still...
I think it was a bit too casual by the player, but as I was saying, we have seen Jelani Archibald time and time again coming off with some great saves here.
He took it so quickly before I could have said that they've seen many occasions when W Connection have gone to quick on the penalty spot in a final, a semi-final. And I really don't have the stats on it, but for the majority of the games that we've seen W Connection go to penalties, they have come out victorious, and many of those games, Jelani Archibald has been in goal. It's too sad. Oh, this could be an opportunity for a shot here as Dimitri Appiah is up into reset, trying to get it to Winchester. Now Winchester has Jones wide. Here's Hector. Still 1-0 after the saved penalty from Jelani Archibald. W Connection will look to widen that gap a bit as that pass there, met by Buddy.
That should have been an infringement there.
I'm not sure. Winchester just ran into a wall. And trying to contain himself. And we see this is hard.
We heard the voice a bit harder than the previous occasion.
I think what he needs to wear is a muzzle, George.
Yeah.
To put something over his mouth because he can't help it. It's reflex for him now after so many years of shouting, "Referee!" At some point, it's going to come out as St. Pre will be coming onto the field. Winchester. De La Guardias. I'm guessing Tusse will be the player coming off. And Dimitri caught in an offside position here. So both teams will be using their final, using all 3 substitutions. Malik Sinpri, he'll be coming onto the field, and coming off is indeed Andre Tusse, having his usual 70 plus minutes. All in all, I like the game I've seen from Inter. Just breaking up double connections, his flow is a big deal. Unfortunately, they weren't able to convert on that penalty, as that's cross too strong. They send that time and time again, too strong in the passes from connection, and it's a major reason why they haven't really had the fluidity in attack that is usually accustomed to. And this one is an opportunity for a goal. Malik Sinpri. That was actually a shot from Kurt Frederick. Malik was there and coming on and immediately showing his worth. That's 2-0, doubling up his W connection. And then maybe out of the reach for Inter Moengo Tapoe. So let's see how Inter will approach this one, as Frederick, he will go down as him getting another assist though. I think that was too powerful to be a pass. He was actually going for a shot from distance and didn't work out how he wanted it to, but it did work out how W connection did. It's Dimitri Apai trying to move forward. Sinpri, can he double up? Oh, poor first touch. Poor first touch. That would have been a prime opportunity to double up his scoring there. Sinpri could have 2 in 2 minutes. But now we're seeing double connection coming alive. Here's Hector. Trying to get it upfield for Winchester. Winchester, oh, maybe it may have been better suited trying to move up and get to that one, as we saw a defender coming in. Good work there by Tristan Hodgin clearing that one out.
Well, Aaron, for the second time in as many games, we have seen this guy coming on and scoring, and he could have easily gotten a second had he not pushed that ball a little bit too far and gave the goalkeeper time to come on.
If you can beat one man here, you'd have some space. He's been brought down there, and a foul. Sinpri being whistled for the foul. Trying to get around the defender.
So I think that connection could breathe a little bit easier now.
Yeah, a lot different. This 2-0 to a 1-0 different scoreline. Still some time. But how different would it have been if it was 2-1 instead of 2-0?
Yeah.
As a penalty taker, you always think after the fact if you should have gone low, if you should have gone the other direction.
But
if you should have
really, it was just a follow-up to the many free kicks. It was a poorly taken penalty.
Shannon Winchester with Sinpri in the middle and some space. 3-on-2. W connection should at least get a shot off here. Winchester, not a very good pass, and he essentially passed that to the goalkeeper there.
Connection, not one of his better games. He had the opportunity to score when he came on, and since then, he has really not done a lot.
It's Jones. Not doing a good job of keeping his man off the ball there, but winning it back. It's a strong player, Alvin Jones. Much more stocky than his brother, Jovin. He's a slender player, but a powerful left foot. Oh my, that's a certain card.
No.
And Dimitri with an acting job after, a bit too late.
Yes, but did you realize that Apai fell down?
Yes, he actually.
Yes.
No, George, actually was a late reaction. The pain didn't go from his foot to his head very early. He probably didn't have a good lunch or a good dinner. It took a while before the pain went to his brain, and his brain said, "Oh, you're in pain," and he fell.
But good. I guess
being hugged by his countrymen.
Exactly, and like they're taking him to give him a red jersey. Is it? For a moment, I thought they would have Give him a
Day 3. Players almost getting into a fight with the referee in that game. Can Inter get a consolation item? Put some pressure on W Connection. No, says Daniel Cyrus. There's Winchester. Same period, making a run, but Winchester trying to go wide now to Dimitri Apai, who has a man on him.
I haven't seen much of the
De La Guardia,
yeah.
number 26. He slotted into the midfielders. Here, Hector is lining this one up. Shot coming in.
Oh, what a
back
goal!
of the net.
What a goal! What a goal!
I'd put that one, George, as one of the better we've seen for the tournament so far. You see the president of the TTFA very
Has
happy
to
with that
be
one.
the goal of the night.
As we missed actually 3 additional minutes to be played in this one.
Before the official indicated that 3 minutes of time will be added to the end of the second half. 3 minutes added to the end of the second half.
So Hector getting on the board finally. Missed out on the first game, played the second, and now the third one here. He's given a lot of time to work with there, and he lined it up, and the goalkeeper had no chance. Could this be a fourth? They've scored 4 or more in their first 2 games. That's a handball there. No call from the referee. The referee should have seen that, the assistant there. Winchester, does he have a left foot? This guy does. Good Frederick, 2 assists already tonight. Trying to get it on the inside, but getting it right back to his goalkeeper there. But George, I think Hector would be happy that the defenders left him with so much space to work with. He was able to line it up, take an aim at the goal.
But a very, very good shot
Yes,
there
indeed.
from Hector.
But he's holding on the midfield, and in the event that you need him to score, this could be a score, this could be a score, this could be a score. So getting on the board is into
they
Moengo
got a
Tapoe.
consolation goal, and I think it's a lapse in maybe concentration.
The defenders, even for W Connection, a bit upset with that one. Jelani really upset. He didn't have a clean sheet for the tournament so far.
Scored by number 11, Kareem Kwasi. The score is now
The substitute, Kareem Kwasi.
Connection 3, Inter Moengo Tapoe 1.
One of the cases of a too little too late for Inter Moengo Tapoe. They should have been showing this type of pressure when they were down 2-0 instead of when it's now a 3-1 affair.
Will we see another goal here?
Don't have much time. It's actually just about 3 seconds left. So after this play, it'll be the final whistle in this one. This one is sent inside a shot. Oh, and that is the final whistle.
Well, eventually we saw second half with 4 goals.
Indeed, 3 goals
3
actually.
goals actually. Yeah, 1 scored in the first half. Your closing comments?
Well, George, we saw what we expected to see from W Connection in the second half. It took a bit of time, but late in the second half, they really got things together. St. Pre, the difference, doubling up for W Connection, and then Hugh and Hector with the goal of the night, no question.
Well,
And they'd be moving on.
to the semi-final
Yes,
round.
indeed.
Well, as we leave you from the Atabolan Stadium, we say good night with the news. W Connection winning by 3-1 as they move on and advances to the semi-finals of the CFU Club Championship. So, see you at another venue as we continue bringing football here on Axe Television Network.